is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So this is the second of my reviews of the season 24 Blu-ray box set. I guess in America it's going to be called Sylvester Mccoy Year One. They're different. They're different. Numbering system is a bit strange, but yeah, who cares? Or Destiny. So yeah, this was a bit of a slog. This was a bit. I meant to do this a while ago, and it's been a slog getting through it. I think the next one's going to be even more of a slog. Delta and the Bannerman. This is why I didn't rush out to buy this Blu-ray set, even though it's freaking excellent. It is. Excellent, beyond excellent. I'm really loving it, regardless of the stories not being the best, and they're not quite as bad as I remember them being. Which is well, really not quite as bad. It's good looking at them with an extra 20 years on you. You know, so you have a rough idea what's going on with them. So yeah, I think you can look at them a little bit more kindly with hindsight. But you know, it's still a warts and all review. Let me be clear, this is going to be a warts and all review. Before we get into it, can you hit the like button? Can you hit the share button? Can you hit the subscribe button? All those things are fan-dabby double dozy. Thank you very much. I am ridiculously grateful for everybody subscribing. If you subscribe, make sure you're still subscribing. If you're not subscribed, if you can consider hitting the subscribe button, be fantastic. Comment. Let me know what you think about Paradise Tales. I keep saying Happiness Patrol in my head when I go Paradise, because I think I just want to be watching that so much more, right? So I really like Happiness Patrol. So like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. Go check out my Indiegogo. Hopefully by the time I get the the third one of these done, Delta and Batman, you won't be able to buy it anymore, right? We are, I think this is the week we can send it to print. It's 2 freaking awesome graphic novels. We got Biblical, Bible Stories, Atheists, Christians, Rationalists, and Rogues. This is 220 pages long, and it's fantastic. I wrote and drew it. And I wrote this one, Dominic Ratchet, the art, 105 pages long. Basically a love letter to Teddy Fancy in the 1960s. James Bond, Emma Peel, the Black Slab from 2001, a monkey in a spacesuit, a bit of Prisoner, a Doctor Who, you know, throw that in, a bit of Prisoner, a bit of Thunderbird. It's great. It's lots of fun. You get tons of extras. You can buy the extras on their own. I think the extras is this campaign is the only time you're going to be able to buy the extras, which are, I can't. This is actually what I'm looking forward to getting more. Hello, Judge Dredd. Why are you zoomed in? Why am I asking? Who cares? I'm very happy that you're zoomed in. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to the extras more than the books. Although, I mean, because I've read the books before, I've never held these extras in my hand. I'm really looking forward to getting these cards. Anyway, go check it out. It's in the video notes. Hopefully, about to go offline. Fine, let's talk about Paradise. I nearly said Happiness Patrol again. Let's talk about Paradise Tales, episode 2 of season 24. So this is the first episode that Andrew Cartmel was essentially running the show. He was essentially the showrunner. What I've kind of worked out is the whole business with Colin Baker and the falling out with Eric Say were just absolutely broken, destroyed. John Nathan Turner. At the same time, you had the fans going crazy and trying to get rid of him. He had sort of checked out by season 24, from what I could tell from the interviews with Cartmel. Cartmel's like saying, I'll just do what you want. And he was more like in charge of just making it happen, putting it together, but yeah, in terms of the creative vision, he was really burnt at this time. So, you know, it was a show somewhat in free fall. Was it Time in the Rani? It was something that Andrew Cartmel inherited. And by the time we got to Paradise Towers, it's clear that while he liked Doctor Who, he wasn't a Doctor Who fan, and he didn't kind of understand what on earth he had, but he had a vision of what he wanted to do. But this is him very much learning on the job, and boy does it show. So there's a ton of great ideas, a ton of new energy, a ton of optimism, a ton of energy. Energy is the best word, and excitement around it. And at the same time, it's realized absolutely terribly. It's as if you took a recently a New Adventures book, one of the Sylvester New Adventures book, and they had it made by the people who do Play School or CBBS, whatever it's called now. It was very off in a lot of places. The monster design, the cleaners are terrible. Are they the worst monsters ever to appear in Doctor Who? Yeah, actually, I think they are. I think they are. I think they're worse than the Merca. I think they're worse than the Mandrels. Yeah, they are so non-threatening in any way, and it's one like I have trouble making a leap of imagination and imagine them being threatened. They're just not. They're not threatening in any way, shape, or form. The ideas though behind it, the class structure, the color, the vibrancy, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. But again, you can tell that Andrew Cartmel didn't really know how to connect with his audience, and he couldn't really work out. He was playing it a little bit too young. So again, play school. It feels a lot like play school in throughout a lot of it, which is a bit of a shame. And the story itself, there are just a lot of bizarre things going on, and I don't really blame anybody. Like Bonnie Langford didn't know anything about Doctor Who. She didn't know if this script was weird or she was giving her best. She absolutely belted out her best and gave her best screams. But it was just these weird, nonsensical leaps that she's obsessed with getting to the pool at the top of Paradise Towers. And it's a bit of a crap pool, I have to tell you. I mean, I've been to nice hotels before. That pool isn't that great. It's not so wonderful. She said how freaking cold it is, and it looked it. It's kind of like around the same time, maybe a year or so earlier, Red Dwarf did an episode of Better Than Life where they're supposed to be on this beach, and you could see it like just pissing down with rain as they're trying to film it, and they're trying to do something in a 1980s budget. We're in the BBC way of making TV. Mel was just journeying through the whole thing. Is strange that she's besottedly in love with these two strange reses who then very, very unconvincingly want to eat her before they're very, very unconvincingly killed by a cleaner through the waste disposal. And that's but it's bonkers, and that's really what I love about it. It's a real bonkers new take on Doctor Who, and it's a very it feels like in the year before that it was just things were going by default. No, now it feels like there's a direction driving it. He doesn't know how to drive a car, right? And he's learning, basically, I think, over Paradise Towers and Delta and the Bannermen, he's kind of learning what to do. By Dragonfire, it's nearly there. But I haven't seen it. He is. You're gonna get my journey as I go there. But I think by Dragonfire, it was nearly there. And Remembrance of the Daleks next year knocks it out of the park. Just knocks it out of the park. And the beginnings of that is right here. So that's why I think it's a interesting watch. Another interesting makes it think interesting watch is Sylvester Mccoy. Sylvester McCoy at this point has realized what this role is and what he wants to do with it, right? And he's like playing with it, and he gives a belting performance as a Doctor. Like, I really believe his Doctor in this completely unbelievable, terribly produced TV show, but I really believe his Doctor, and I love his conviction to the Doctor, commitment to the Doctor, to the role, and that he takes it. He's playing it with authenticity, which is great. So it's worth watching his performance. I feel that way about a lot of Capaldi episodes, to be honest with you. That especially in his first season, not great, but worth watching for Capaldi's performance. Same here with Sylvester McCoy, and you wouldn't, that's not my memory of the year. I don't remember him being great in it, because I just remember hating it so much because you had all this very, very low quality realization of stuff. It's low quality, and it just wasn't taking itself seriously. And I was like, I was a kid. I was like 16. I was like, I wanted it to be more serious and real. If you can find them, they're online a bunch of places. There was a fan group called Audio Visuals that were doing radio plays at the time. They ended up becoming a Big Finish. Nick Briggs played the Doctor in them. That was much more what I wanted and what fandom in general wanted at the time. But this is just frothy and fun. And now looking in hindsight, I've got quite a lot of affection for it. Now, something that's clear from watching the Blu-ray is that none of the actors realize how bad it is. They are just thrilled to have all these for them, big name stars in it. I can't remember the two women, the two Rezes, Richard Bryars, what's his name? The guy from what's his name again from Benny, Clive Merrison. They're just really thrilled. They're like, and everyone's they're just having a great time. And each of the groups of people watching go, I can see they're having a great time, and that's basically what's going on. They're all having, a bit of a good time playing Doctor Who. So good for them. The making of on the disc is the same one from the DVD, Horror on the High Rise. Basically tells the story. Andrew Cartmel, thumped out of nowhere, not knowing what he's doing, goes, High Rise. When he's talking to, who was it, the writer, Stephen Wyatt, right? He mentions High Rise. And say, the class structure, and it's a great starting point for a Doctor Who, right? If only they'd been doing it for another year, then it would have been awesome. Then it would have been a really good story. But again, this is them learning on the job, so it's a reasonably good making of. Tells you everything you need to know, really. And basically from that, I'm getting the vibe that John Nathan Turner was just like checked out. You know what I think brought him back. Sylvester Mccoy and Andrew Cartmel, I think and Sophie Aldred for that matter, I think their enthusiasm really brought him back into loving Doctor Who again. His heart was broken. It's really sad. And the other extra that's on this disc is a really fun one. It's called The Doctor's Table. It's essentially Bonnie Langford, Sylvester McCoy, Sophie Aldred, and weirdly Clive Merrison again from one of the caretakers. Having dinner together, and it's quite pleasant. I like where they are, and they reminisce about the stories. Again, I don't know why Clive Merrison's there. They talk about all 4 stories in the season, and he's only in 1. But they look like they're having a pleasant dinner. Honestly, this Blu-ray set is fantastic. I'm so glad I got it. I was so on the fence about it. And I was on the fence about it because, yes, these stories are not great. These stories, especially this one, Paradise Towers, and I saw Delta and the Bannerman about 6 months ago, about a year ago. Right, so they're not very good. But still, it's such a great set, so lovingly put together. I just kind of wish they could have added in some new special effects, maybe for Delta and the Bannerman. That's the only, and do a if they edited that one down into a 45-minute story, that might have been a good story, right? With new special effects. I kind of wish they did that. Guess they didn't have the budget, and they haven't announced the next one yet. It's kind of disturbing. This has been out for a while. Although the next release coming out is Evil of the Daleks, which I'm really psyched about. So again, this is still a recommend. It's a recommend for just because you can see this is the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the it was an embryonic state of the Cartmel Doctor Who that, generally speaking, was fantastic. Was absolutely fantastic. And and I'm enjoying watching Sylvester McCoy's performance as well. I'm enjoying watching him. I'm enjoying him being so young. That's blowing my. But I'm enjoying watching him understanding what the role is and loving it. So this box set's a massive recommend. Although I'm like having to force myself to watch Delta and the Bannerman. Thankfully, I've got to watch Web of Fear first. Hopefully, I'll finish that today. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.